Hi, Jaya Malini. Hi, Gerald. Happy Friday. Happy Friday for both of you.
Hello, how are you?
All good, thank you. Thanks God
I'm
it's Friday.
great.
That's even better.
I can imagine, yeah.
Okay, we are gonna wait just a couple of minutes and see if other people are gonna be joining. And if not, we can just start today's session, okay? Um, for those who are new, nice to meet you. My name is Chris. I'm part of the sales process team. I'm the onboarding specialist who's just gonna cover the frequency Friday call. All right. During the office hour calls, what we usually cover is a specific topic. Okay. And by the end of the call, we usually give some kind of homework so you can just work on the topics covered. And um, if you do your homework and post it in the community group that I'm gonna be showing you, you'll get the chance to earn some prizes. Hi, Karine, how are you? You're muted. Long time no see. Let's wait just 3 more minutes and then we can start, okay? In the meantime, I'm gonna prepare myself. I'm gonna be sharing my screen, all right? And just as a spoiler, today's topic will be um, setting up appointment reminders, okay? Using automations, all right? So that would be the main idea to help automate the calendar part of your business. And if along the way any of you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat or just raise your hand and unmute. Okay? Okay. I see some note takers joining the Zoom as well. Perfect. Okay, I think we can start now. Okay, one more to add. I'm gonna be sharing my screen, all right? Where it is here. Okay. So when you log in into the into your software, okay? I don't know why, but it's showing a little bit gray to me. No worries, it's working. Um, when you log in here, uh, if you already worked on any landing page or funnel, you know that you can create a calendar mainly for your leads or clients to book appointments with you, right? You do have that option. Now, the idea for today would be to help you out setting up different type of calendars, right? And showing you how to set it up so that once it's set up and live, you can just, when an appointment is booked, you can just automate the process of sending a reminder right after the appointment was booked by email and SMS. And you can also edit and set it up to send a reminder, um, let's say a day before the meeting, right? So that's the main idea. So these will consist on two steps, right? The first would be to create the actual calendar, and the second step would be to create the automation, right? Why creating the automation is important? This will speed up the process or automate the process of checking and following up with your clients, right? That's the main idea. So basically, automations in general will save you a lot of time. Maybe at first the setup or the creation of the workflow could be a little bit tricky or you need to test it out, but think of it as an investment of a one-time setup, right? So once you set it up one time, and later on you can just edit based on that automation, and you can just leave the automation work to follow up with your clients. All right. So that being said, what we're gonna do is let's go to settings on the left menu, and then we would go to calendars, right? All of you can see my screen, by the way, right? Can I get a thumbs up? Perfect. Now, in here under calendars, you have the options to create different calendars, right? So I don't know why, but maybe my computer is glitching or it's not letting me. Let me stop sharing for a second. And let me see. Mm, My computer is running a little bit slow. Bear with me. Mhm. Let me see real quick in here. Okay, I'm gonna try to work this out. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second and I'm gonna try to relog in. Let's see. Mm, mm, I'm trying. Let's see. I do have a question for you guys. Are you, for example, Karin, are you able to access to your account or genre?
Yeah, sure.
Just try and log in. I'm just checking to see if this is a tech issue only on my end.
Okay.
Would
I'll
you
take a
mind
look.
le showing me your account name? You can type it in the chat or you
Actually,
can just
yeah,
spell it
it's
for me.
working. Yeah, it's working.
It's working. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the name of your account?
Karin at sense.biz. I will type it. Wait a second. Could help.
Mhm. Yeah, I just saw it. I'm just checking in here. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm gonna try and share my screen again. I think it should be fixed. Let's see now. Let me know if you can see my screen now. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, again, as I was saying, the first step would be to create the calendar. The topic for today's genre, just as Karin mentioned, would be to set up appointment reminders, right? Um, and we're gonna divide these into two steps. The first step would be to actually create the calendar, and the second step would be to create the automation, all right? And then we're gonna connect it into the automation. So the first step again would be going into the left menu, and at the bottom we go to settings, right? And then we go to calendars. Under calendars, and this is an important part of the process, is that if you don't have your calendar connected, you do have the options under connection. The display is going to be a little bit different for you guys, but since this is a test account, the access is restricted. But in your case, you'll have a blue button just like this, where you can add new, and you can add your Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar or Calendly if you work with any of those features. Basically, what it will do once connected is whatever event you have in your Google Calendar, it's going to be reflected in the calendar in here and the other way around. Okay, that's kind of like the main feature. Now, in here, and this is what I wanted to show you, you'll have the list of the calendars you create, right? So for example, we're going to start and create one from scratch, right? On the top right corner, if we create calendar, you'll see that you have many type of calendars, right? The most common ones are personal booking and round robin. You have a brief description on what each calendar does, right? For example, personal booking schedules a one-on-one meeting with a specific team member, okay? And round robin is mainly used if you already have a team built because it distributes appointments among team members in a rotating order. So the idea would be to basically what round robin does is distributes evenly the appointments. Let's say that you have 9 appointments and 3 team members. It's gonna be 3 appointments for each team member, right? Class booking, one host meets with multiple participants, and collective booking, multiple hosts meet with one participant. Event calendar and service booking, right? So those are the 6 types of calendar we have. Depending on your business needs and strategies, you can select one. And the setup for all these type of calendars is gonna be pretty much the same. You just gotta select one. I'm gonna use round robin as an example. And then this is gonna pop up in any type of calendar, in all of them. So the first thing you would need to do is set up a calendar name. So I'm gonna use quiz test calendar. And then you would select the team members involved, right? Right now it's only one team member because there's only one user for this account, right? But if you add other team members, more team members can be added into the calendar. And this is very useful if you are planning to get a specific team for appointments and things like that. Once they are added as users in here, you can add them under this specific calendar, okay? Once you added the team members, you customize the URL. The Slack should be unique. So let's say I use Chris-test. If it's taken, this Slack is already taken, there will be a red message right there. So you'll have to be creative and select one that is unique. For example, Chris-test 123. This works. And then the meeting duration and booking availability, we're gonna set it up in just a second. The next step would be just to confirm. And what this will do is create the calendar basically. It's gonna appear in here. I'm gonna filter by round robin. Yep. Round robin, status active, apply. Okay, so this is the calendar I created. Okay, as you can see here, you'll have kind of like a brief or a quick description. The duration is 30 minutes for the appointments. The calendar type is round robin. The status right now it's active, and the last day updated. Okay. Now, if we go into the pencil and edit the calendar, we'll have the meeting details in here. And here you can add a brief description for the calendar. This is a test. And then if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you can change the event color here, for example, green. And this is going to appear both in the sales process calendar and in your Google Calendar if it's connected as well. Okay. The next step, under availability, you can set up the available hours, right? So for example, let's say that I want to do, this is set up by default Monday to Friday. So all the weekdays from 8 to 5. Let's say that I want to do 9 to 5. And I want to copy 9 to 5 to all the other days. I just click on the 2 little squares, copy on these specific days, and it's gonna be copied, okay? If you wanna add the weekends, you can also do that, okay? And on the right side, you have the options to add specific hours, okay? To be turned off, basically. Now, below that, you can actually edit the meeting specs. And by meeting specs, I mean the meeting duration of the call. So instead of 30 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, it could be hours, depending on what you mean. Meeting interval is basically the time between calls. Here you have an information icon with a complete description on what this feature does. For example, meeting interval reflects the amount of time the between booking slots that will be shown in the calendar. For a 30-minute event that should be available at the top of each hour, the interval would be 1 hour. For a 30-minute event that should be available every 30 minutes, the interval would be 30 minutes. Okay. The The same applies for date range. Events can be scheduled over the next N days, okay? And minimum scheduling notice, this is mainly for you. Maximum bookings per day, so basically the maximum amount of appointments you can have in a day. Pre-buffer time and post-buffer time, all of that can be edited in here, okay? You just need to play a little bit with this and set it up according to your needs. But once you are done editing the calendar, on the top right corner, you would just click on save and then close. I'm gonna look for the calendar I created. If you wanna deactivate the calendar, you can just go to edit. Oh, sorry, no, it's not edit. You can just go on the three dots and you can deactivate the calendar in here. And this won't delete the calendar, it just will shut it down as inactive, or kind of like it's gonna be in draft mode, okay? So you can activate it whenever you want. I'm gonna activate it again. And then if you click on share calendar on the right side, you'll have the permanent link to copy, and you can copy in another tab, and you will see how the calendar looks like and basically what the later client will see. As you can see, the description I added before is gonna appear in here. This is a test, Chris test calendar. It will appear the time of the call, basically the meeting duration, the date, and the availability, all right? And also you can change the time zone in here. Now, this would be step one, right? Now we're gonna move forward. Now that the calendar is active and is live, we're gonna move on to step two. But before moving forward, does anyone have a question regarding this? I think setting up the calendar is overall pretty straightforward, right? And now we're gonna move forward to the automation part, okay? The time zone you should set up is basically where you're located, right? If you're targeting different time zones, that will depend on the lead's time zone, the one they choose. But once they choose a time zone on their end, it's not gonna be edited on yours, right? So on your end, since your account is gonna be set up with one specific time zone, it's gonna be converted, or it's gonna give you basically it's gonna be converted to the time zone you choose, Karen. Okay. So for that lead, it's gonna, let's say they are in the East Coast, it's gonna appear in the Eastern time zone. And in yours, if you are in the Pacific Coast, it's gonna appear on that time, okay? That being said, we're gonna start creating the automation now, all right? So we gotta go back in here and we gotta go to automations on the left menu. So automations in here is basically where you will create all of your workflows, right? You can create one with recipes or from scratch, okay? For the purpose of this call, I'm gonna create one from scratch. And the first thing you need to do is basically edit the workflow name. It could be new workflow and the name. I'm gonna use appointment reminder. Okay. And just as a standard rule when creating workflows, they always start with a trigger, okay? And the trigger can be a lot of things. It could be a lead or client booking an appointment, or a lead or client submitting a form, submitting a Facebook form. It could be purchasing right after purchasing a product. So the trigger may differ. In this case, we're gonna assume that the customer booked an appointment, and that's gonna be our trigger, all right? Once the leader client books an appointment, the automation will start working. So the next step could be a wait option. So it could wait 1 minute. We're going to save this. And after a minute, you can, so right now, the customer or the client booked an appointment. After 1 minute, which is the next step, we can send them an email. The from email could be your professional or business email. Please at chang.com. Oh, sorry. This will be the name, Christian Chang. From name, from email, please at chang.com. You can add or copy people in here. The subject would be, for example, reminder, or yeah, booking, let's do appointment confirmation. If you create an email template for this, you can select it in here, okay? If not, you can actually type the message in here. And you can also, for these type of messages, maybe you can use ChatGPT to give you kind of like a template. Something like, hi, and the name, contact, first name, hi, congrats on booking an appointment with us. You can give them the location, the date, basically of the appointment. That would be added with custom values as well. This will be in here, under appointments, the appointment start date. It could be the appointment start date time. It could be what else? It mainly that, right? And hope we can meet soon. Something like that, right? This is basically an example. The same can be applied for SMS. We can send them both an SMS and an email. Same thing, if you already create an email template, you can use that one. If not, you would be using kind of like the same thing. Wait, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna add the SMS and I'm gonna paste it here. Basically the same message, but in two different line of communications. Okay, one from email and another from SMS. And then we can add another weight. And let's say that following this example, a guest or a client booked an appointment for 2 weeks from now. And we can send them an email, an SMS reminder a day before the meeting, okay? So in here, we can use, here it says time delay, but we can change it to event appointment time, and says when could be this is a month, sorry, 1 day before the meeting. And then we would just use the wait option here. And then use the next step. Same thing. It would be an email. Send email. Same thing in here. Appointment. Oh, sorry. This is my name. Chris. From email, chris at chang.com. subject, appointment reminder, and then hi, a similar message, right? And here I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna add the email again from chris@chung.com, appointment reminder, and in here I copy the message. Hi, for example, Karin. This is just a reminder for tomorrow's appointment. Same thing. It starts the start date, the start time, and then hope we meet soon. And one thing you can add on this email as well is a rescheduling link or cancellation. And this will be in custom values under appointments. Here you have a rescheduling link and a cancellation link. Okay. So you can add a message, something like if anything happens, feel free to reschedule or cancel the appointment. You can give them that option as well. And you can give them both links as well. And you just save the automation. And then same applies for SMS. We just need to copy the same message. I'm gonna copy, I'm gonna cancel, add the SMS, and same thing. Okay. And save. So that's one way you can just set up the appointment. Once you're done editing this, you will need to save it on the top right corner, right? And if you want to test the workflow, you can just test it out in here. You would need to add kind of like a test contact, right? None of these are real actually, so I'm not gonna use any of those, but you can run the test. And if it works and looks good, you can change the workflow into publish. This will publish the workflow and you just save it on the top right corner. Once it's saved, you can just try and book an appointment in the calendar you create and using the information from a test account or test Gmail account and see if the automation works. All right. That's why you can do that. And that's how you can create basically the automation part. Now, good question, Karin. What about the Zoom link? The Zoom link will be created automatically, right? But in order to be created automatically, for example, if you're using Zoom, you need to first integrate your Zoom account in here. The way to do that would be we would go to calendars and then calendar settings. Then under connection, this was the place where you would connect your Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar or the calendar you use. But then under video conferencing in here you have the options to connect your Zoom account or Google Meet account, depending on the platform you use. Okay. So this would be the place where you can connect your Zoom account. Once your Zoom account is connected, a special link will be sent to every lead or client to book an appointment with you, basically. And that link will be shared both to you. Oh, and that's one thing you can add into the email and SMS template, right? So you would go to automation. I don't remember the name. It was appointment, something appointment was the name of the workflow I created. Oh, I can look for a recent here. Appointment reminder. This is the one I created. And in here, once you connect the media platform you want, whether it's Zoom or Google Meet, you would add in here appointment. Here you have the ID. You can give the options to add to Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar, depending on what you have. And then you have the meeting location. The meeting location will actually give you the link for the appointment, okay? So again, it would be custom values. You would have under appointments, the meeting location, the rescheduling link, and the cancellation link if needed, okay? And you also have the options to add to the leads Google Calendar and things like that in here, or iCalendar or Outlook Calendar, okay? Once you're done, you would just click on save and you'll have basically the Zoom link, the Zoom ID, but Zoom link is better. This is basically the meeting location, start time, basically the time of the meeting, the date of the meeting, and then same applies for the other email the day before the call. You can add in here the meeting location, and then save, and then you would publish and save, and it will be activated, okay? On the appointment form, the calendar name. Unfortunately, Gerald, you cannot remove the calendar name. Let's go back in here. And we will go to the actual calendar. You can edit the name, that's for sure. But let's go into a new tab and open the calendar. Oh, this one is inactive. So this is a good example. I used the first option, which was inactive, and I copy and pasted that link, and it appeared as an error because it's not active, basically. But the second one is mine. This one should go in, and it always has to have a name. That's when you create it. You can try and delete the name, but you won't be able because it will be already created, right? So maybe what you could do is edit the name, okay? Or you can create a new calendar as well here, calendar name. Let's see if I delete this, it will give you the red notification, please enter a name, and I'm gonna try and save. And it won't let me. The name will still appear, okay? If you want to, that's a good question as well. As I mentioned under automations, when you set it up, you do have the option to do that. Let's go back in here, and it's one of the custom values as well. Custom values, appointment, add to Google Calendar or to iCalendar or whatever calendar they use. We can save this, for example. And also one thing that is important, Karin, in this case, if we go back to the calendar, here, I recommend you to test your calendar out because, but at the end of the booking, I'm gonna use this one as an example. First name, test, second name, test, phone number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. Email, test@gmail.com. Schedule meeting. Oh, okay. Test. invalid phone number. Let me try and use another format. Something like that. When your leads or clients select Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar, these will be added in that calendar they filled out, okay? So this is where they can just add them in their own calendar.
That will be automatically added, right? You
Yeah,
don't need to do anything for that.
no,
And if I want that in my funnel, so
that's a good question as well. If
I'm
you
saying in the funnel, like book your put it into your calendar. We ask them to put the event into their calendars. So how can I do that? No, I don't know. Yeah. How would they be able to do that?
you mean to add the calendar in the funnel or uh
No,
what do you mean?
actually, how they can put the date into their calendar. Usually, there is just like you say, the event starts at, let's say, 2nd of July, and then
Mhm.
say, like, book this appointment already into your slotted already into your calendar. So, how would
Uh
you do?
exactly. So if the client or lead clicks on any of these options, they will be added in their own calendar. So the event will appear in their calendar. Let's say that I'm the client. I just finished booking this appointment and I click on Google Calendar right here. The
Yeah, no, but I
appointment,
don't mean that.
oh,
Yeah,
so
I understand that. But imagine in your funnel,
mhm.
you're telling them, uh, put this date into your calendar. So they're not booking an appointment, but in your funnel, it says like, put this date into your calendar. How would you do that?
Mm, what type
So
of
you're
calendar?
inviting them for an event and you say, okay, now you're like in my funnel, already put it into your calendar. So you would have a button for that, put it into your calendar already. And
And you
you
want
see
to add
a
in your
button like
funnel
this.
a button to lead them to the calendar or
Yeah, to their calendar. Yeah.
to their
To their
calendar?
calendar. Yeah. To their Google
Uh,
Calendar or their Outlook calendar.
that wouldn't be the case because you can add the button for sure in your funnel, and you can link that button, but that link would be connected with your calendar, with the calendar we just created, this one. You can add that button with this link. When they click on that button, it will lead to the calendar so they can book an appointment. Once they book an appointment, they finish booking the appointment just like this. And once they book the appointment, they can click in here and they will be added in their calendar. So that would be the flow, right? So let me show you kind of like an example real quick.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I know what you mean, but I think we mean something else, but it's okay. Thanks.
okay, okay. So now, Gerald, as a host of the meeting, where do you get to see the bookings? Basically in here, if we go back, you have the main calendar option. And here you will see a basic calendar. And let's see, I use Andrew as the user. Okay. I don't remember when I booked the appointment actually. May the 11th. So in here, here's the test appointment that I just booked as a test. So once your calendar is created and live, here in the main calendar, it will appear. Okay, this is the appointment that was just booked by me. If you click on that event right here, you'll have on the right side the meeting details. So the date, the contact name, phone number, etc. and then you will see on which calendar it was booked. And you can actually edit that as well if needed. But basically, this is where it will appear. And let's say that you connected your own Google Calendar. Just as I mentioned before, it will also be reflected in your Google Calendar as well. All right. Now, that would be it for creating the automation and the calendar. All right. And now I'm gonna move forward and give you the homework. All right. So basically, the homework, you can still see my screen, right, guys? Perfect. So the homework for this week will be basically creating a calendar, just like I showed you. You can set up the automation for that, the appointment reminder automation. Okay. So again, just to give you kind of like quick reminder and summary, the first step would be to create a calendar. Any type of calendar is fine. The second step would be to create the automation. The automation will start with a trigger, which would be appointment booked, right? And based on that, you can just send them an email to your leads, an SMS to your leads, use a wait option to send them a reminder a day before the meeting. That would be basically the homework. Once you are done creating that, you can just to take a screenshot on the work you've done. And with the hashtag sales process wins, you just need to upload it in the Facebook community channel as usual. Okay. You will be eligible to win prizes once you upload your homework. Okay. And the prizes are basically one of these three. So the first prize would be a funnel makeover worth 1,500, where they will be covering logos, stylescape, offer stack components, funnel typography, funnel background, landing page, checkout page, confirmation page. Okay. And all loaded into your sales process account. Okay. The second price would be a ticket to our next virtual implementation week worth almost 2,000. The entire funnel structure, the automations in place, the offer messaging, the $1 million sales pitch, the dynamic hooks, angles, and headlines, the ads that drive traffic, all of that will be covered in this implementation week. And last but not least, the third prize would be a free scroll, stopping designs and world-class ad copies worth almost 600. So they will be giving you 3 scroll stopping designs done for you and 3 world-class ad copies done for you. Okay. That would be kind of like the homework and the prizes for this week. That being said, here are the steps. So take a screenshot of your homework, paste it in the Facebook group with the hashtag sales process wins. At least one screenshot is needed, okay? And the winners are always announced at the end of the month giveaway, okay? Now, I hope you all have a nice weekend. That would be it for today. I hope you can all join to the other office hours as well. Can we see anywhere what is the topic of the training up front? That would be kind of like a surprise, Karin. So if you stay tuned, you can just, and if you're available, you can just come in here and see the next topics. What can be done is maybe you can ask in the Facebook community group what the next topics are. But just to give you a little bit of a spoiler, the topic for this month basically would be all related with reminders and automations. Okay. You have your hand raised, Jandre. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just have a question. Our homework is create a calendar, create automation, and
Sorry, come again. You are asking about the homework?
yes, it's create a create a
the
calendar,
calendar.
create an automation, and
That would be it. And then paste your homework in the Facebook community group
okay, great.
with a screenshot. Basically, create the calendar, connect it with the automation for appointment reminders, and copy paste what she done, what she did, and that would be it. And wait for the winners. The winners that I wouldn't know, but they're announcing the giveaway at the end of each month. So try and look it in the Facebook group and see. They weren't announced. Oh, I see. Maybe Pengjen does know the last winners. But yeah, definitely check that out with him. All right. Okay. Appreciate the time, guys. If anything, let's keep in touch in the next office hours. And I hope you'll have a nice weekend. All right. Take care. Bye bye.